Xin chào, Gaman Ban. 80 years of Vietnam, 4,000 years of history. All my experiences in one video. Hey, all right. Classic spot, red bridge and the green water. Look at that hat. Red, symbolize good luck. Whoa. Look at that. Oh, hey, there we go. Ho Chi Minh Memorial. Right, a real clear picture there. Some message is coming towards us. I don't know what it is. There's that temple, good one. 1,000 years old. Hello! Alright, we gotta cross. Not right now. Nice one. Alright, walking around, you always hit very historic city. Historic things. Looks like a American bomb may have hit this in the 60s. But this was built in the 1800s, before the French period, during the Nguyen dynasty. The gate to the former core of Hanoi, which I guess was in here. And yeah, their capital was Hue, so that's not when Hanoi was the capital. And it's a very nice picture spot for the patriotic time. Ooh, cool, like roof up there. Wow, look at that street. Oh, hey, all right. He was filming me, I got him. I tried to get some of the older guys, man. Nah. That's pretty cool, actually. The helicopters. Yeah, they're going at it again. The Vietnam flag. Oh! Alright, whoa, look at that one. Coming in hot. Right over. Oh! Yeah, right over our head. That was crazy. No, it was the same colors. Ciao! What better way to start this video than a huge bowl of mixed pho? Look at this craziness. In the morning too for breakfast. Always try the broth first. This place is packed every day. It sells out by like noon. And it's in our neighborhood, Bach. Who knows if this is going to be the beginning of the video, but it's the beginning of the day. We're going to do lots of stuff today. Gotta try the noodle. Crazy hot. The guy gave us this. Keep dipping in there. That's nice. There's a meatball in here, different cuts of beef, some kind of rare pieces. This is awesome. This is, oh my god. Old Red River train. Dan Ga Long. Long means dragon. So we're gonna go look at the Red River. The Red River Valley. The origin around Hanoi. The origins of the Vietnamese people. And we're going to talk about it in a second. It's down here. Ga Long. Ga Long Yin. Pretty crazy. Ancient Red River. Down around here, it's what it used to like, probably look like for thousands of years, all those trees. All right, the Red River. As you can see, it looks kind of red. because silt is carried down from it all the way from its origins in the mountains of Yunnan, China, over near a very beautiful city I've heard of actually called Dali is the origin of this river. And it carries silt all the way down, giving it a red hueish color. So this river, the origin of Hanoi, Vietnam, Vietnamese people, all started around the Red River Valley here. So the Viet, they've been calling themselves for about 4,000 years. People, the Din ethnicity originates here. And they have a mythical story, probably based on something real, that there was a Grand King and his wife. They had 100 children, and half of them started little towns like Hanoi all around the valley, and the 50 other half of those children went up into the mountains around here and started those cities. So that's the beginning of Vietnam. Most of these sources come from ancient Chinese historians, though, about the ancient history, but ancient Chinese historians were very meticulous and accurate. So what they called the people here, and all people pretty much south of where around Beijing is and Shanghai, were the Yue people. And Vietnam and Chinese is still called Yunnan, south of the Yue to this day. So they included these people and a bunch of other people that eventually got absorbed into China. But the Lac Viet, I believe they're called, sorry for the mispronunciation, they originated here and they started Vietnamese culture, and they had their own ancient kingdoms and societies that not a lot about is known. But yes, China, the larger, powerful neighbor to the north, lots of influence on Vietnam, starts next to the story. But yes, we're talking around the 2000s BC, and the lunar calendar, the traditional medicines, the festivals, everything is believed to begin around that time. Alright, so actually one thing I forgot. Water is so important to the Vietnamese people that spawned from these lands and grew rice and lived through monsoon rain and everything, the bringer and destroyer of life. Even the word country in Vietnamese is the same word for water. Okay, so we're around the 250s, I believe. Aulac, this area was called, the empire and kingdom. 250s BC. So we're talking 2000, 200, 300 years ago, about 275, I guess, about. So the exact dates, it's okay, we don't need to know, but around the 250s BC, they had a kingdom here, Aulac, and that was the first known entity in Hanoi. I believe I went to where their old Citadel was one time in 2018. Not going in this trip, but maybe I can find some pictures, throw it in there. Oh yeah, the Red River. Woo! Look out! Oh, the Red River. Alright. So about this bridge, this is the bridge that goes over the Red River. The first bridge to be built 1898 ever in Hanoi by the French. Before that they had used ferries for thousands of years. And in 1960s or 70s at some point, it was bombed by the Americans and taken out of commission, but fixed. Pretty old, pretty cool steel bridge, still used by train and motorbikes to this day. Red River, yeah. Forget here, the Viet culture around here has all kinds of history was going on north of here. There's always traffic strikes and all kinds of things going on. Okay, so the Chinese, there's a bunch of different cultures with different languages and customs and everything south of the main Chinese areas around the Yellow River. We're talking about a huge amount of territory, and the Chinese just called them all Baiye, which means 100 peoples of the south, pretty much. And here was one of them. So all the other ones, except for this one, became part of the all-around Chinese identity. Areas of China like Fujian, Guangdong, Guangxi, all kinds of places where these ancient peoples were. And the Chinese were like, yeah, you know what? What's with these people? They don't want to fully assimilate with us. Oh. But yes, they thought they were exceptional here of their culture, man. They wanted their own beliefs and customs and things to live on, as they still do to this day. A big part of Vietnamese, as you see these flags everywhere for the National Day. The Vietnamese identity is very important. But when Qin Shi Huang, and in the end of the Warring States period and the times of Confucius and all that, Qin Shi Huang became the first emperor of China. He marched south. Not him, but his armies, and Yue people were getting moved all around. Some were coming down here because the Chinese were encroaching in all these areas, the different warring states. All this crazy stuff was going on. And that was in the 220 BC, and in the early 200s BC, 200s, 206, they got to down here. Chinese took over Da Viet, and I set up a commandery base in Guangzhou. That's not that far from here. That kind of dominated the whole area. So that's the next part of history, a big part. Okay, a little bit of story about pho. Came from a city south of here originally, but the French had a manufacturing of garments in the 1900s, some point, 1920 maybe. And some people started scavenging, they promoted the sale of beef, the French, and you know, they had lots of cow farms and beefs, markets and stuff. But you know, the only rich people and the French people living here could access the beef. So some intrepid Vietnamese, they scavenged for the bones to make them broth, like in this big pot over here. And they mixed it with noodles and created pho. And then when that, they would set up shops, a big broth right there, going in the pot. So when they moved the manufacturing, Xin Chao, they moved the manufacturing to Hanoi here at some point, and whoop, they are, the people that made the pho moved with them because they served the workers that worked at this specific factory, and then it morphed and changed into all these things. You have chicken pho and all kinds of crazy spicy styles, different varieties, and Hanoi is the home of pho. They love it, and it's a worldwide classic food. Places like this are so awesome. I love pho too. Come on. Confucius Temple of Literature. We're gonna talk about some things. Yeah. Oh, Gaman. Okay, Gaman, Vietnam. Yes.
Okay.
Beautiful. Do I want that? Maybe later.
Maybe got one way, not two way.
Okay.
$1.
$1. I don't have. The next part of the story we're gonna tell here. Vietnamese Temple of Literature, of course, but this place definitely influenced by you know who. This place, Temple of Literature, I need to research the date when it's built, but it's got this beautiful courtyard. I just met some people from China, Hangzhou, Zhejiang, 4 young guys, tourists. That was cool. Got to practice a little Chinese again, and this nice girl actually right before that, a young girl, Vietnamese, was talking with me too about China-Vietnam relations and how they should be economically supportive of each other, even though they're not seen as friendly to each other. And it's pretty cool. This big building right here. Yeah, cool. Funny picture, buddy. It's got these cool things. This was built in 1070 AD during the early Lý Dynasty period of Hanoi. Xin chào, hello. And you rub these things. Oops, sorry. Rub this to get good luck. See the area many people rub it, and like this, buddy. Yes, yes. All right. Okay, where am I gonna tell the story? Let's look around a little bit. Go. Temple is for Confucius ideals and great teachers. And kids come here to worship these guys that were great teachers of Vietnamese history, and also pray for good fortune on their tests. There's 5 people here total. Hello back there, the Qin Dynasty, Qin Shi Huang. The Bai Yue peoples, which means 100 southern peoples and ethnicities described by the Chinese. Vietnamese, the Dinh, is the ethnicity. Most people are Vietnamese around Hanoi. They were one of the 100 Yue peoples. And Qin Shi Huang sent a bunch of soldiers, 500,000, something crazy, down to Guangdong area. And hey, California state. And they meshed, assimilated the local people there. And that is what created the Cantonese language, actually, another tonal language with more similarities to Vietnamese because it's from the south. So they also came into here. All right, so it was the end of the Qin dynasty. Qin was a brief dynasty into the Han dynasty, when things really started. The Chinese times. All right, Confucianism arrived in Vietnam during the 1st century BC with Chinese rule, becoming a prominent influence of Vietnamese culture and society, particularly during the Le and Nguyen dynasties, where it shaped the education system. This is the temple of literature about education. Education system, civil service, social hierarchy, and festivals like the Lunar New Year, Tet, were all started around this time. Those are some of the similarities. The 2 neighboring countries, not a lot of things are, but okay. Core Confucian principles include filial piety, which means taking care of your parents when they get older, respect for elders, and moral conduct, which are reflected in Vietnamese family life and pervasive ancestor veneration found in nearly every home. Okay. 111 BC, 2,100 or so years ago, when the Han Dynasty marched into Hanoi and Vietnam, North Vietnam, sorry. They successfully conquered the Nam Yue, which included most of northern Vietnam at that time. So there were some events in the history that worth noting, like the Trung sisters. I always mispronounce this Trung. These 2 sisters were powerful They rode war elephants, and from 39 to 43 AD, during the Han Dynasty, they freed Vietnam for a couple years. Heroines of the first Vietnamese independence movement, who headed a rebellion against the Chinese Han Dynasty overlords and briefly established an autonomous state. But they ended up falling, and the sisters' heads were put on spikes outside of some fortress somewhere for everybody to see. But the Han Dynasty. Woo. Okay. So you can really see the influence of China. So all throughout the years of the Han Dynasty, pretty much the entirety of it, then the disunified period, the Three Kingdoms period, then there was the Eastern and Western Jin dynasties, then there was this Northern and Southern dynasties, so this probably was part of the Southern dynasty. I don't know a lot about those disunified periods of Chinese history. They're very confusing sometimes, but then into the entirety of the Tang dynasty. North Vietnam and Hanoi was part of China about 1,000 years, 111 BC, until... Alright, so the decisive battle that ended Chinese rule, that secured Vietnam's independence, was the Battle of Bac Dang, 938 AD. In this historic battle, Ngo Nguyen led the Vietnamese forces to defeat the southern Han Chinese invaders. A decisive victory that marked the end of over 1,000 years of northern domination and the beginning of an independent Vietnam. Right about the time this was built, 1070 AD. Right? I got it good, right? All right, thanks guys. So, then Vietnam, with this temple here, had some epic periods that we're going to talk about at the Citadel a little bit, or I did talk about it. I don't know the order of this video yet, who knows, but all right, fast forward all the way to the Ming Dynasty. They conquered Vietnam, then called Dai Nguyen, in 1407, launching a swift pincer attack from the north. Modern Guangxi province, not far from here actually. I could take a train to Nanning if I wanted to from Hanoi here. Not too far. All right, forcing Ho Chi Minh, the usurper king, to flee south before his ultimate capture. So he fled south to probably the area around Hue and Da Nang. The invasion was a response to the usurpation of the throne from the Tran dynasty and the killing of a Ming envoy, which the Yongle emperor viewed as a violation of diplomatic custom and pretext to reassert control. So the Yongle Huangdi, Yongle emperor, famous for building the Forbidden City in Beijing, sending Zheng He on his famous travels around the world. He was very powerful and conquered Hanoi again. But it wouldn't last long. Let's do the rest of this. During some rebellious times up around here, Vietnamese people didn't like being a part of China again. Led by Le Loi in 1418, proved to be too much for the Chinese to suppress. Due to military failures and the heavy cost of war, the Ming army eventually withdrew from Da Viet in 1428 AD, never to return. And that's cool.
Here. Right.
This is explaining the doctoral laureates who twice participated in examinations. They would have imperial examinations for people who wanted to work for the government. Also like China, kind of. Yeah. So these are their names on there. The lucky turtle. And yeah, very, very important place. All of Vietnam history, Hanoi history. People pray and to this day inside there for lots of things. Kind of interesting actually. 1442, 1779, under the Lei and Mac dynasties, under the feudal social system, the king relied on a set of imperial officials, mandarins, to govern the country. This meant that not only had the king to be a man of virtue himself, but he also had to select virtuous men from all quarters of his realm to assist him. This led to the establishment of a rigorous examination system to those who would become mandarins. Very interesting. Like the imperial examination of China. For sure they got that idea from them. But yeah. There's where I guess people were from. It's kind of cool. The people that passed the test, divided by rank. And it said any man could take the test, except for criminals, musicians, singers, and those that are in mourning. And it was a rigorous test. I had to write probably perfect Chinese characters, know a bunch of history and math and science and who knows, actually. Politics. A whole other area that I didn't see. I kind of gotta go. But I guess this is where they did the examinations, maybe. See these areas. Master teacher from this school. Really cool stuff going on here. Here's the 1200s, what it was like, 1292, 1370. Very cool wooden building. Oh, more stuff up there, but we gotta go. It's kind of cool, actually. A UNESCO World Heritage Site. This is the next section of the story. 1010 AD. This was when Danlong was the name of the city then, and it became the capital. They moved it from the Ninh Binh area. And yeah, they had the Li dynasty here with a bunch of cool stuff, their own independence. Bunch of stuff in there. I don't think we're gonna go in there. Oops, sorry for the filming, but cool stuff. And these gates, it's closed in soon. It's a shame that I can't get a better picture, but there's the Danlong Citadel from 1010 AD. Though originally a Chinese fortress, Tang Dynasty built Chinese fortress. They turned it into the military fort and royal center of the Li Viet Emperor after they got independence and moved the capital from down south near Ninh Binh closer to here. And I don't know if I don't think I've been in there before. Oh, we might have to go in there another day, but yes. Probably some of it is originally from the, I think I saw 7th century, so the 600s AD. Maybe we can get a good picture over here. Hold on. Tang Dynasty era of ruling Hanoi. Looks like inside there's the ladies. Some of it must be original because it's UNESCO. Hello! All the kids saying hi to us. I think I might have to take some time to go inside there. I don't think I've ever been in there. I don't remember when I came in 2018. There's the walls. Yeah. Oh man. Let's go. World Heritage Site. Huang Dan Danglong Imperial Citadel. Yes. I had to go inside here. I've never been inside here. And I marked it as a UNESCO site that I've seen. I guess it is kind of the whole city of Hanoi is a UNESCO site, but actually this is. I don't think I've been here. Imperial Citadel, World Heritage List. Built when the region was ruled directly by China, 7th to 9th centuries. Tang Dynasty, 600 to 800 AD. It was from the Citadel that first the Chinese administrators and later the Vietnamese emperors ruled. The headquarters of the North Vietnamese government and army were located here during the American War, 1954 to 1975. Also, whoa, that's 3 things I'm interested in there: Chinese history, Vietnamese history, and American history. Whoa, all 3. Originally a Chinese fortress, then the home to the Vietnamese emperors, and then the site of the headquarters of the government during the American War. 3 things. That was a pretty good idea by Ho Chi Minh to set up the headquarters here, because they know that, you know, the Americans probably wouldn't want to destroy cultural heritage and history, and they probably never imagined that they would set up the headquarters here. Pretty cool place. All right, this was built originally by the Tang Dynasty, China, with the capital far away in Chang'an, with where modern Xi'an is. This was some of the southernmost points of the empire, and it was a military fortress initially during the times of like Li Bai and Dofu, the Tang Dynasty time of art and poetry and all this stuff. But the Tang Dynasty, weakened by the An Lushan rebellion, 755 to 763, the An Lushan rebellion happening during the poet Li Bai's life. Tang Dynasty was weakened during that and shaken. They probably heard about it here through messengers. And then 874 to 884, there was another rebellion ending the Tang Dynasty. So Chinese split into the confusing 5 dynasties period. Let's walk closer. You really see the Chinese inspired elements here. You know, I've seen gates like this actually in Taiwan, kind of similar. Qing Dynasty. All right. The unified Chinese empire broke apart. Warlords were controlling areas. The confusing 5 dynasty periods. I don't know who, but someone held on to control down here for a little bit in the early 900s with all that chaos in China. Probably a warlord or something. And then Vietnam got its independence from China. So they established a couple different kingdoms and things. Not exactly here. The 930s, 960s. I've seen some different dates. But the most important thing in Hanoi history is here they moved the capital to 1010 AD to this spot, the Ly Dynasty, Li Dynasty. And they turned this old Chinese Tang fortress into the royal residence and also a fortress where it was for a long time. Kind of cool, the original Vietnam flag with the modern one next to each other. So yeah, 939 AD, the local forces around here defeated the Chinese at a battle at some river near here somewhere in North Vietnam and established independent rule. But that was just one small like little kingdom. The one that set up the first imperial dynasty moved the capital from Ninh Binh area up here. They started this Thang Long Hanoi as the capital. And some other crazy stuff happened. The original Li and then the Tran dynasties from 1010 to 1400. And the Ming Dynasty China took over Hanoi again in 1400, but just for a bit. Cool. So yeah, it was the royal palace for a long time, actually. Wow. Until the capital was moved to Hue by the Nguyen dynasty. Fixed up during the Le dynasty from 1427 to 1789. That's when there was a brief Ming dynasty domination of the area of Hanoi, and then they gained independence again. So they fixed this up during that time. So not a lot is maybe original from the old stuff, but that's right. It's kind of a cool tower over there. After the French left, 1954, the victory of the northern Vietnamese forces over the French, they had a big ceremony here. Look at that. Wow. 1010, 1400. Something important happened during that time. Hanoi history. There's some probably original under this glass. So the powerful kings called the Tran dynasty started on the 1200s, I think. And they are super famous for defeating the Mongols, the Yuan dynasty that tried to invade here actually 3 times. And I'll talk about that in a second. Oh, I love this kind of stuff. Can't access these areas, but archaeological work done. Early period of the Li dynasty, things found. Pretty cool looking, actually. Look at that. And then the Tran dynasties. Man, I would love to walk around in that area. Traces of great waterway of the Li dynasty. Oh man, can't see any of that. Dang it. Capital Da Viet. So I won't go into too much detail. That's pretty cool. That's a French colonial building, 1897 it says up there. Wow, that's kind of cool. Da Viet. Wow. A little bit sad state of affairs there for the Citadel. Eras of history here. Here's a French colonial building. Intense history here. The 12-day campaign, the Battle of Hanoi. Air battle. 81 aircraft were shot down. 34 aircraft were shot down instantly. Whoa. Yeah, we saw that B-52 earlier today. It was right at the end of the war. Some French guys talking about it. Right before history's here. Here was a bunker of the North Vietnamese military operation down here. Whoa. It's not open. I don't want to really go in there anyways. It looks kind of crazy. Oh, look, she's being patriotic. I was a little bit wrong there with the history. Nguyen dynasty came in a little bit later. There's some other dynasties. Vietnam history. Can't go over everything, but yeah. The big one was the Tran dynasty after the Li that's set up independent Vietnam. It's cool to walk around here. I like this. All right. So many layers of history, different things that occurred here. Starting with Chinese and even American history of this being a command center. I think that's what this is actually. Oh, okay, gotta check that out. As raise your heads, aim straight at the enemy, and fire. 1964. Whoa. Jets were ready. Anti-aircraft things. The Gulf of Tonkin incident. After repeated intrusions in North Vietnamese waters, the U.S. destroyer USS Maddox entered Tran Ho's coastal waters. 1964, the Vietnam People's Navy intervened to drive it away, leading to confrontation. Actually definitely been found out to be true. So on the night of August 4th, 1964, the two U.S. ships opened fire, alleging a second unprovoked attack in international waters and fabricating the Gulf of Tonkin incident. U.S. Senate passed the Gulf of Tonkin resolution. In early 1965, the U.S. officially launched what Vietnamese called the First War of Destruction against North Vietnam. Whoa. Crazy. Vietnam is completely liberated. Total victory. We have achieved total victory, that says. So yeah, this was the command center. It looks like D67 building and bunker. 1967, the height of the war. Between 1968 and 1975, this hosted numerous high-level meetings where critical decisions on diplomacy and military strategy were made. Wow. Crazy. Now I'm walking around near it. I didn't know this about this place. The famous Paris Peace Accords. The greatest outcome of the Paris Peace Accords was that the U.S. troops withdrew and our forces remained. So yeah, so you get out of Vietnam, they show all the protesters in America that were just sick of this war. And U.S. troops left. 3 years later, it was over. The Accords were like 1 month after the big air battle above Hanoi were signed. So that was like the last major battle. And then the South Vietnamese were on their own. By 1975 though, they lost everything. Crazy, crazy, crazy. It said the war may last 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, or even longer. Hanoi, Haiphong, and some cities and factories may be destroyed, but the Vietnamese people will not be afraid. Nothing is more precious than independence and freedom. 1966. Whoa. There's some Jeeps. You just got on the film saying that. You don't like this kind of stuff? It's a true story, and we're here now. That is a cool old car. Up from the ground level to this bunker built in 1966, where they would go down in. Bombing started to happen. Do different things. Pretty crazy. Look at all this old stuff. People work down here. They look friendly. Look at them. 1970s. Look at that guy smiling in the middle. Oh no. It was a telegraph center in a bunker. They would send out messages and crazy. Deep underground. Let's go up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The site of the former Imperial Royal Capital place. Crazy. Bunker hidden under there. Whew. Alright. A little bit surreal. Drinking a beer in Hanoi, enjoying myself. Actually, I've had two, so I'll share them. Just yards or feet, meters, 100 meters maybe from the One of the main headquarters of the Politburo borough. I figured out how to say that word. Of the North Vietnamese in the 1960s. All the important military decisions and having the Ho Chi Minh Trail. Crazy thing about just right over there. They kind of crazy. Cheers. 50 years. Don't been over that. I never knew the old Citadel also had that history attached to it. Via Hanoi, 1890. Alright. Here at night, actually. We got like the stuff lit up. It's getting dark. They got the light lanterns lit.
Very beautiful. Good for photos, but Vietnamese people love Disney.
Yeah, they do.
Everything's a photo.
Oh wow, look how cool this looks. The dragon stairs and the throne at night. Recreation of the emperor's throne. Yeah, man, big time Vietnamese history here. Hello, a lot of French buildings like that.
And a lot of families enjoying and having some good
Da, 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 da. That's an impressive building. I like how the trees are incorporated into it over there. I don't know what that is, but a government building, not public accessible. 1945, 2025, yay! World War II ended, Vietnam started, world's changed.
Yeah, the world is so different. Everything's so happy. Vietnam.
Da, da. What was that? Da, 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 da. No, what was that before that? You have a good time with what? Everyone.
Happy.
Right. So, Hell on Earth, another shout out to you.
Always.
He explained the geopolitical situation of modern Vietnam. They have a non-alliance. Non-alliance. Non-alliance policy. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Non-alliance policy. So it means they're not on anyone's side and they're not against anyone's side on Earth. Every country. They got some problems. Oh yeah, there's a good UNESCO thing right there. It does say welcome. Can't go in there. Oh, that must be a museum. That's all right. We gotta go this way. They got some problems with some countries, of course, but
Perfect.
the main thing is no military alliances where they get dragged into a war that they're not part of because some alliance, or they gotta, do some, you know what I'm talking about, that kind of thing. Do something like NATO or, I don't know, Belarus and Russia on the same side and that kind of thing. They want to do their own thing. I like that. Let's see this. Da, 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 da. What is that? That's got to be like the National Museum, I would think. Very nice. Tu hao la nhoi Vietnam. Something like that. Yes. Kids are saying hi to us, local Hanoi people. There's our last West Lake here. Pagoda. The fifth and final style place is a pagoda, Buddhism. So let's do that. This one's nice on West Lake here. Hanoi Club. Alright. See in here. A big mix of Buddhist folk religion. There's the Buddha hand. Fruit. Yeah, Hanoi offerings. It usually doesn't go along with Buddhism, but that's okay. It's Vietnamese. There's a bunch of statues back there. Whoa. Amazing artwork. Some more warrior gods and deities. Ancestor worship. Mother goddess. What a place. This is some big history here. Originally built 541 to 548 AD. Whoa. That is definitely during the Chinese times up here. They said it was the Lai Nam De dynasty in the 6th century. I don't know what that is exactly, but pretty sure that was Chinese times. And yes, often in Chinese history, Buddhism took prominence. So some stuff happened here. Zen masters. 1580, a monk named Tini Da Lu Chi from India came here and preached here for a period of time. Then he presided over Phap Van Pagoda. Whoa, that's crazy. All the way from India, came here and lived here. Wow, that's crazy. This history happened here in the 1400s, 1600s. Lord Trin rebuilt the meeting room and the corridors on each side. The magician Van Fong, Master Kwang, Zen master buried here. All kinds of cool stuff. All right, let's check it out. Buddhism. Experienced a lot of Buddhism. Far and wide, from Nepal to India to Thailand, of course, Japan, Korea, China, and here, Vietnam. Right, it all makes sense now. So in the 500s AD, China was in a period of disunity. The Northern Wei Empire with a bunch of strife and problems, but the more prosperous Southern Liang dynasty. I don't know a lot about that, but that was here. And the emperor of the Liang dynasty, he supported a lot of Buddhism when this was. Buddhism still prevails pretty good in the collection of beliefs. Vietnam. There's the Buddhist flag colors. Say Buddha's the man, maybe, with the most statues made of him ever in the history of Earth, possibly. Well, he's more than a man, of course, but it is based on a real person. The Buddhism. More than Jesus. Jesus is up there, but I would say Buddha. What do you think? They make a lot of Buddha statues, huh? Worldwide, we've seen. It's cool pagoda. 800-year-old Taoist temple. Happen to be by it today. Let's check it out. Temple, Taoist, 1200s AD. So Taoism, Chinese philosophy. Hold on a second. Jeez. So Taoism came into Vietnam in the first Chinese incursions. So we're talking 3rd, 2nd, 1st century BC. But it was never fully adopted like a state religion, but elements of it were incorporated into, wow, look at this artwork right here. Elements of Taoism, like the yin yang and folk beliefs, philosophy, some spiritualism. The kitchen god and nature spirits and things like that got into the Vietnamese overall folk religion kind of practices. So it was, during the time of the Han Dynasty, but they got their own Vietnamese twist to things. Not entirely like China. Probably deified people. This guy is an interesting hand symbol. Main god Kinley. Kin people is the name. Here's some more soldiers. So this was built originally in the 1000s. Fixed up over time for sure. We have some stuff over here from the 1600s. 1677, that's like the this bird of Vietnam symbolism. I can't see it good, but very cool. Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, Saigon beer. Chinese characters, of course. That's one. That's wood. I think that's the sun. Read calendar. I could read a couple of these. And he got some Russian vodka in this thing. Stolen. Amazing. Statue. Someone gave him a stolen vodka bottle. That's an Alfred. Nice. They're celebrating September 2nd. Anyhow, alright, so elements of Taoism came along with the Confucius and Buddhism at the same time, the three favorites of China. But into Vietnam, they had elements of them, especially living in harmony with nature. They're cleaning up the National Day Parade. So that's another kind of temple. Kind number 5. Let's go to another one. Ready? Information. It is an important historical relic, cultural relics in Truan Tan Ward, Da Bin Precinct, Hanoi. Truan Tan Temple was built during the reign of Kin Lai Tao To, 1010 to 1028. It's dedicated to Huyen Tien Tron Vo, the god who guarded and administered the north. That is why it's also known as Tran Vo Temple, the temple of Truan Tan Tran Vo, situated in a large, beautiful area. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. All right, he liked my shirt. Yeah. All right, the marching soldiers are going by. Hey, buddy. Yeah. Oh, it says Ho Chi Minh. Ho Chi Minh. I was just thinking about this. So the place we were at, Ninh Binh, they moved the capital here in 1010. 80, that's what that means. Thang Long. Ho Chi Minh. Wow. I like that. 1,015 years. Bridge that I like on the canal. Actually, there's our building right there. Hey, top floor. That building to the right. Cool. So yeah, this is a little canal that like connects part of the lake. There's a little spot over there I like for beer. They light this up red at night. This little bridge connects right to our house. I walk on it all the time. I really like it over here. It's nice. All right. There's our just 1 month home, little under a month. Not really a home, can't call it that quite. Oh, see the shape of the little lake island now. You know, that Probably been there thousands of years, that little island. And it's the first picture you see when you look up Hanoi on Google, actually, is this a shot of this lake and that place from above, which is kind of cool. Our little island. All right, we're gonna do some more cultural stuff over here. Not intense history or recent things, but ancient beliefs. Really see it. There's a big building we were just at. How did coffee connect to Vietnam? Oh, that's interesting. Coffee plants were introduced by the French for experimental cultivation. That's interesting, actually. Oh, wow. The coffee growing regions and how and why they're grown in certain areas in the years. I like that kind of stuff. Where's Vietnam? Look up Hanoi on Google. This is the exact image. A little bit higher though, like someone shot it from a drone. There's the electric building, there's our building, our little island. That's so weird. And a student of mine pointed that out when I showed him outside my window. He noticed it. That's so cool. All right, here we go. We're going. Xin chào. All right. There's another lake on that side. On the other side of this road. Look how huge that one is, though. City of Lakes. Hey, little buddy, Xin chào. Nice little pagoda right there. Cool. Now, this is a huge lake. Oh, man. No way to capture it, but there's thousands of dragonflies everywhere on this lake. Crazy. These guys are practicing their drive into the lake. Little golf club kind of driving range thing. Never seen that into water. It's interesting. See? Beep. Cool little area over here. What's it called, you said? Teho. On the lake. A lot of cafes. Graffiti culture. Always like that. This one, these are pretty good actually. I like this purple one especially. Those are some good artists. That one's pretty crazy down there too. Whoa, cool. Hanoi AGZ crew. Good coloring and nice. This is a Myo, a shrine with the local gods and goddesses and a bunch of dogs inside there that are not very nice. So I'm a little nervous to go inside there, but very cool. And this is the Myo. Like the local neighborhood ancestral shrine goddesses. On Earth, thanks for the information and this location. This is a Myo. So these are like local spirits and deities of the neighborhood. We pray for health and other things, fertility. But it's like for this neighborhood, they're often tucked away. And she just opened the door with the dogs. Before that woman opened the thing, what does that say?
Clothes deserve a second chance, not your ex.
That woman opened the door with the dogs that the guy put away. So that mew is for two local spirit sisters. And the other statues in there were nature gods. Local to this exact neighborhood of Hanoi. Probably thousands and thousands of years people believed in those things here and offered offerings and prayers to that. And they're often small, tucked away in corners. And all right, that was cool. Vietnamese culture, unique. Yeah, cool, okay. Late start today, it's getting dark, but that's all right. Wasn't planning on filming everything today. Look at the modern city out there, I like it. And the dragonfly's been replaced by bats. Modern skyline over there with the buildings. Take a look at a couple other examples of things. I think I might be close, so we might have to check some out another time. But yeah, the lighting's all weird right now. That's all right. Okay. Feeding time for the little bats. They get so close to you, eating little bugs. Okay. Love anniversaries in Vietnam. This was last year, 7 years, 1954 to 2024, when they defeated the French colonial and kicked the French left, gave up their claim on Indochina. 70 years since that happened. Love anniversaries, all these anniversaries. It's like the fancy neighborhood of Hanoi. Nice gym. Damn, humidity keeps on messing up the camera. Tons of expats. I hear language, all kinds of different languages being spoken. It's where the rich people live over here, man. Look at that apartment building, and that one up there too. A lot of locals too, though. Ancient Roman Vestal Virgins or something. Huge, massive statue delivering water on this crazy apartment building. Wow. All right, we're getting a little off topic here, but interesting area. Never been over here before. This is a din, as these guys are enjoying volleyball. Before this was a up and coming neighborhood. This was the din of the neighborhood. So these are like community houses to discuss community matters and stuff like that. It's really cool. The elephant design on there. It's not open right now, but maybe it's never open. It's only for like special meetings and stuff. But yeah, din. It's another type of Vietnamese cultural thing, kind of like a temple, but not. It's like community things. And yeah, these guys, volleyball. Yeah. The guy talked to me in English. I have to find another one of these sometime when it's open, but this is a din, which is where they worship local spirits and gods and deities for this neighborhood, but also for centuries where each village had one of these to resolve local disputes and conflicts and things going on in the village. So it was like a village meeting house, but also a worshiping house. Can't get in this one. That's right. Get a late start, miss out on things. But there's the din back there, volleyball game. Pretty old, probably. Been there, who knows how long? Hundreds of years, 1,000 years. Little lake here, kind of like India style. That dark on the west lake here. This is a cool little area where you could sit and hang out, which is kind of cool. Hello. There we go. Anyways, gonna have to show some more of those things, more Vietnam culture, more things and stories another time. Got dark, place is closed. See what happens next. More of the story soon. This video is gonna just be all over the place. This is an interesting little day. Today we decided to go with the local girl on a little walking tour, get some more information, get the locals' perspective, see what we see today. And I'm losing them already. Oh my goodness. Temple. Foreigners. Love those trees. There's a flag.
Yeah, the first one is like in the way to say hello. Yeah, and a bomb. And how did this bomb work? We hold this bomb
and we rush this bomb to the tank to destroy the tank.
Oh.
And when you do that, you sacrifice yourself.
Ooh.
Right. Yeah. So for now, I'm gonna show you a short video about how this bomb works. Yeah. So that you can imagine this one better. Yeah.
All right, that's intense actually. Whoa. Oh, oh, okay. Oi, that quad. I get it.
Yeah. So
Right side's a worker with a gun, woman, and the tank destroyer in the middle. Okay, got it.
the soldiers.
All soldiers.
Yeah, soldiers.
Oi, oi, oi.
Also all soldiers. Yeah, OMG soldiers. Okay.
Good photo.
So
Information about this actually. So this is a statue commemorating, built in 1967, but commemorating 1946. So after Vietnam was established, World War II was over. About 1 year later, the French decided to come back and they invaded Hanoi, and Ho Chi Minh sent the army all over the north, but some people had to stay here to basically sacrifice. We'll die for the city. That's basically what that says. Oh, I lost my group. There they are. But yeah, the guy with the tank killer, suicide attacker in the middle, was some information I did not know. 1946, invasion of Hanoi by the French. Oh, temple. Different animals. King symbolizing, dragon symbolizing the king, the unicorn, the phoenix. All kinds of people here. Whoa. All right.
Vietnamese people right here, we are non-religious. Yeah, and the people who are non-religious and people who are following Buddhism worship ancestors. Over here.
Oh, that's a pork. Wow, look at that. Oh man, that looks good. Here's the fish. Woo! Caramelized fish. Yeah. Wow. Doesn't smell that strong of a smell, actually. Wow. I would try it. Thick chicken with the flour and the rolls. How nice. Wow. Got the head on and everything. And some pigeons, it looks like. Roosters are half cooked and you give them as an offering for the Confucius, the man, and then as the incense burns out, then that guy's ripping the bong. The incense burns out, you cook it and eat it. All right. Look out. Some more raw chickens. Oh boy. And of course, a hipster place here and there. Flag out. Little food spot. More raw meat. Whoa. Pork, chicken, turkey feet or something. Whoa. Flag. All right, so the star actually represents 5 social classes. I didn't know that. The intellectuals, workers, farmers.
Yeah.
Intellectuals, workers, farmers, soldier, businessman. All right, I never knew that one.
Yeah. This one is the Balcony coffee shop.
Everyone taking their photo. I want one too. Yes, good. Big flag. Really see like 1920s French architecture kind of vibe out in this area. Something like that. Cool. Whoa, they're fixing that thing. Yep, don't let it hang. Get it back up there. Bia 23. Bar Bia. Cool. Bia ahoy! Bia. All right, Bia ahoy. Remember that one. Fresh beer. That's what it means? Okay. Perfect. Bia ahoy! No. Maybe later. She'll sell me one right now for sure. We gotta stick with our tour though. Okay. Tour. We're on the beer street. Like a Vietnamese uncle. Bia Hoi.
Bia Hanoi.
Beer Hanoi. No, dude, I have wanted to try it. The river worm fried snack. Oh man. Got this. Chow Roy Hong Tin. Yes, all right, perfect. Okay. Ooh. Chow Roy. Chow Roy. Let's do it without the sauce first. River worms fried cake kind of thing. It's like an omelet. Yeah, that's nice. There's worms in there?
Yeah, dip into the sauce.
Yeah,
You
maybe
can find something chewy. It's worm.
Okay. It's mixed with veal, you said, right? Veal
Yeah.
and fried egg, pork too.
Dill.
Oh, and dill.
Yeah.
I like it. Can't tell it's worms at all. We're at the ancient gate here. That's super cool. Nice. All right, you should try it. Inside the Citadel here. Old gate was over there. Pretty crazy French architecture. Some more. Hey, I don't know what that is. That's interesting. Oh. Whoa. Crazy here. Fish. Oh yeah, Market Street. Old quarter. Pigs, hooves, random meats. Whoa. Crazy. Whoa. Crazy fruits available. Whoa. Dragon fruit. Gotta watch out at all times though here. Oh, family rolling through. School. Veggies. Ooh, beets. Dried seafood goes good with beer. Xin chao.
What is it? The one in the yellow color.
Snake skin or something. I don't know.
This
No.
is the bamboo shoot.
Oh, okay.
Bamboo shoot in the dry version. And the one in the black color is the
Turtle. That neck. Oh, but hide one and come. Today's a special day of worship ancestor. It's in the lunar calendar, the first of the month of, I guess, July, the 7th month. And on every 1st and 15th, you worship ancestor and you burn things they may need, like a umbrella. Is that what? Toys, maybe? I don't know what was in there. Whoa. 5 generations at least, right? Ancestor. I like that. Good tradition. Local people. 80 years. Out here again. This is the last remaining gate of the Citadel. This version of it is from the 1700s. But yes, it was here when Hanoi was made the capital. Different name in those days. Ben Leon, meaning 8 dragons or something. Citadel, right there. Stronghold. Get any advancing armies from thinking about invading, but they still do. Sometimes. Beat the Mongol. I like this area. Todo bien. Action, we've been hanging out. There's this thing during the day. Yeah. People are loving life. The locals are walking around with the streets blocked off for the parade events. And here's the lake, and it's so famous. And we got that thing out there, a little shrine, and yeah. Yo. Must be for the earth goddess. It's a looking gate here. This is a unique thing only to Vietnam. The earth goddess. Temple dedicated to her. Oh, I gotta figure out the name. Forget the name. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Little guard dog. Don't be mean to me. Ah, cool. It's all right here. Very cool. Dragon designs. Beer for the spirits. Pretty interesting, huh? People are very devout for this kind of thing. Lots of big prayers. So these are offerings given to the spirit goddesses of the heavens, mountains, and water. Unique to Vietnam, all these different deities called a Phu. These places go back thousands of years. UNESCO recognizes part of the heritage of Vietnam. These are Phu temples, and they're for the Earth Mother's very special, unique goddess of Vietnamese folk religions. And women feel especially empowered at these places like this because it's female spirit, the Earth Mother, and they have this like ritual where certain people, I guess, like embody the goddess and they like chant and stuff, and it's like this intense thing where they possessed or something. Kind of interesting. Yeah, this is the next type of temple. But as you can see, a few similarities with Chinese because of the ancient Chinese connection and China being in this region, like burning things for the ancestors and things like that. But yeah, you pray for good fortune and good luck when you're in those trances. Bomb, bomb, bomb. And yeah, it's kind of, I like it too. It says that anyone is welcome. Oh, this is like a really old tree. Been here for thousands of years probably behind me. Okay. Temple to Princess Liu Heng, which is like a goddess. And they say these nature worshipping things, you know, in a strict agricultural society where having rice farming and good weather and good soil and land for food and everything spawns things like this in Vietnam for the, what was it? Earth, mountain, I think heaven, fertility of the land though, I believe. Heaven and water. There's right on the lake, so that's cool. Ooh, just put it down. Like this one. Boom. Let's see if we can do it. Oh yeah. I think I just did a disrespectful thing. I forgot that you're not supposed to turn your back and on the god or goddess. Remember that. Don't do that one here. I turned my back and I like selfie. You're not supposed to do that. I forgot. Let's do the incense thing. That was good. Phu style temple. Right here on West Lake in Hanoi. Good thoughts and prayers, offerings. Kids are watching their phone. I don't know how old it is. Doesn't look very old, but it's an iconic spot for sure. Phu. All right. You know, it's not Chinese. You see the Chinese writing. The Chinese were here a lot. history, going back to the Qin Dynasty, 200s BC, Han Dynasty for sure. Definitely influenced the culture, but it's a unique folk tradition of Vietnam. The writing was once done in Chinese. Hello, baby. Hello, xin chào. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The Vietnamese Latin alphabet was developed by a Portuguese missionary, 1600s, and improved in the 17 and 1800s. 1800s especially, when the French came, and then they like forced everyone to learn it, and the Chinese reading of all the characters was lost. Read in the Vietnamese language, of course, not in Chinese, but yes, there's some similarities to Taoism there a little bit, but it is not Taoism. It's its own unique thing, UNESCO recognized. Pretty cool. And definitely not communist. It's supposed to be atheist communism. Whoa, hey! Did you see that kid? Oh, I just missed it. All right, next stop. Earth goddess, you know, I like that. Worship nature. Nature's nurturing, generative, and protective powers. Without the earth, we wouldn't have nothing. It's our only home, man. This guy smokes the bong. Yeah. The tobacco pipe is awesome. Okay. I gotta get someone doing that sometime. Modern and ancient back there with that pagoda. So pagodas are Buddhist. That's another thing. Maybe we'll get to at some point, but we're going to try to get to the community one, the din.
Ooh, look at that.
What happened?
Look at that on 5 times. Come here, hurry.
What?
Look
She's
at
got a
that.
new phone, Google.
Look at that on 5 times.
Ooh, beautiful picture. The din. This is a local community center, but also for local spirits to protect like the neighborhood. Came here the other day, it was closed. It kind of looks like it's closed again, but at least one side gate was open. We could get kind of close to it. But yeah, this is another traditional Vietnamese thing. Shout out Hal on Earth. I'm going to the places that he recommended. It looks like a door is open over there. Maybe I could ask that guy. The guys are meeting and hanging out and talking about neighborhood things, just like the old times. But yeah, this has been a tradition for millennia. Look at those carvings. Local spirits and gods and goddesses, but also a meeting hall to settle disputes. Used to be in every Vietnamese village and town and neighborhood. A din. Those carvings, crazy. Dragons. I think it's metal. Ooh, they opened it up just for us. Nice guys. Oh, come on, come on.
Quy hoạch mới nhất là chỗ này thoát. Trước kia nó định thoát cả, nó mở đường cây thông sang chỗ này thì thích nó không lấy, nhưng mà đấy như nó không, cái hai là mình cho là cái đường đấy đâu. Nếu nhá,
Man, it gets humid in these old wooden buildings. That's really cool. Look at that stuff. Ceiling. Wow. Often weapons in these places. The old heroes and generals and deified warriors need weapons. Look at this axe. Whoa. Ceremonial, of course, but look at that. Sword at the end of it. See, there's some people still meeting up like the old days. 4 guys sitting there. Din. Unique to Vietnamese culture. Din. Part I left out of the whole story was this one also, especially is for ancestor worship. Big deal for ancestors. You know, you have to burn money for them, so that they have an afterlife. Give them drinks and cigarette and beer, stuff like that, and you worship and say prayers to them on
1 year for beer and cigarettes can stay there, and then 1 month on their calendar there's 2 times where you can take like food and stuff and put it in the bin.
yes, and then they consume it, which is interesting. And a girl told us it's 4 generations back, but I think it's all your ancestors, as long as you can remember.
Melody, you can book her on the Guru Walk.
Didn't. That's how you pronounce it. And it was really in use. Guys were meeting up, talking. Didn't. Okay. We got all the places now. Actually, no. We got 3 of them in. There's also Pagoda, and also the Confucius place, which is also Mu, but that's for another day. Close to the Red River here, the Red River Valley, the origins of Vietnam people and culture. The start of the story. Here's a cool building with the original Vietnam flag right there. All right, let's tell the story. Vietnam. Kind of cool, actually. Oh, Tim Cook, Chempa things. Oh, that's the one near Nha Trang that I haven't seen. Lord, hear our prayers. Seva, Seva. Merci beaucoup. Just made it before it opened. Just made it in. St. Jude, the Apostle, Judas, St. France. Ah, just missed the bells. Down 5 o'clock. Nice cathedral, man. Really old. So let's tell the next part of the story. European style Catholic cathedral, Southeast Asia, Hanoi, French Indochina history. Been here before. I actually went to mass one time in there around Christmas time, 2018. Got respect for my cultural heritage that I grew up with. But this is French, Francois. Ooh, there's the Vatican flag. C'est bon. Merci beaucoup, Marie. St. Joseph's Cathedral.
No.
Another picture spot over there, a little bit crowded. Let's go over to the side here. All right, Francois. French history of Hanoi. The French captured Hanoi multiple times through military expeditions and began with diplomatic missions and escalated into combat. Move back. So the French initially landing in Da Nang, central Vietnam. And Da Nang was always an area with lots of Catholics, actually going back into the 1400s, 1500s with the Portuguese and different missionaries there. Actually, it was the Portuguese missionary, along with some of his friends, that had the Vietnamese alphabet with Latin letters. On to Hanoi. Okay. So key events include the 1873 capture by, hold on, I have a better idea. 1873 capture led by Francis Garnier, who exceeded his orders and expanded the campaign into the Tonkin region. A second, more decisive capture occurred in 1882. Hello! 1882. Under Henri Rivière, which prompted a larger French intervention and led to the establishment of a French protectorate over Vietnam in 1884. Alright, the French Cathedral in Hanoi, officially named St. Joseph's Cathedral, was built in 1886 by the French colonial government, with construction beginning in 1884. Modeled after the Notre Dame de Paris, Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris. It is a neo-Gothic structure and was one of the earliest buildings constructed. One of the earliest buildings constructed by the French after they conquered the city of Hanoi, 1886. Still standing, looking good, still in use. Lord, hear our prayer. Ça va. Okay. Regina Passy, St. Joseph. Train Street. It's crazy there. Both sides. Who knows where we went before? Maybe we'll try to find it later. That'll be fun. All right. Hello. See what's going on out here.
Up there in the front.
The helicopters were scared. There's some things going on TV. It's all decked out in our neighborhood. Vietnam. Alleys. They got some food set up. I wonder why this area was built like that. Interesting. Cool spot. So many areas of such a huge city. 8 million people. There's another alley. Here's some nice hotel and apartment. Here's a cool graffiti barber shop. Yeah, look at that guy's getting a good haircut. Cold beer. Yo, oh man. I like that. Another food place. So much going on, man. Electric. Vietnam made electric vehicle. For taxis. Really cool. Oh, techno music. Bunka, 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 bunka. Oh, just stop. The man we're gonna talk about next. Ho Chi Minh. Uncle Ho. There's his famous day he made the speech declaring Vietnam a country, new country, official country, communist country. All right, well, people are real happy about this today, this anniversary, and it's crazy down here right now. Can't even get over there. All right, we're gonna have the things set up, but here's the mausoleum of Ho Chi Minh. This is the closest we're gonna get because it's too crowded here right now. So Ho Chi Minh was a freedom fighter, born in the 1800s, passed away in 1969, the heights of the American War. Actually, 1969 was an intense year. And he, was the figurehead, the hero for Vietnam. Still is to this day, even though he was an older man during the end of the war. Okay, let's go. Pretty interesting life. There's a mausoleum back there. Born in 1890. Ho Chi Minh actually wasn't his birth name. It's a little bit sensitive areas, you know, filming and everything like that, and you have to be respectful, being respectful. But let's walk along. All right, so he began working on merchant ships. He was born in French Indochina, by the way, and he lived in France in like the 1920s, 19 teens, and worked with the French Communist Party, raining, sun and rain all day long. Anyways, he supported the October Revolution in Russia, Soviet Union beginning, and he looked at communism as a way to liberate colonial ruled people like Vietnam. And oh man, there's the European Union embassy. You can't film that either. God dang it. Anyways, yes, then, hello, coming back to Vietnam, he organized the fight, soldiers fighting against the French, also the Japanese during World War II, declared Vietnam independence 1945, organized the fight against the French again, hello, to the French again, and of course, the American War, where he was an old man, passed away in 1969, but still a hero to this day. This is just so crazy around here. Everyone's all dressed up, looking nice. That building's really cool with the flags and everything. All the kids dressed up. Everybody's down here. They got the whole stage set up for the event. I've been to the mausoleum before, so I don't need to go now. We gotta be careful here, crossing the road, so I'm gonna stop filming. So I'm not gonna film it, but over there, side topic, was the Ukraine Embassy of Vietnam. I don't think I've ever seen a Ukraine embassy before, and all over it was plastered. Ukraine joined Ukraine and NATO, Ukraine and EU, and don't they get doing that is what kind of what started this whole mess and talking about stuff like that? I don't know, man, it's crazy. Oh, jeez. But anyways, they had the flag half mast, and never seen that before. Look at those ladies. Yeah, it's crazy looking. Anyways, this is near the ancient Citadel. Oh, you can see some of it there. It's actually originally a Tang Dynasty thing. It's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Doc Lap Independence, Tuto Freedom, and Wakan National Day. So cool, interesting. Get in the photo. Du Hao La Nho Vietnam. It's about a month celebration and preparations. The bromance beer, yeah. Good reason to celebrate end of World War II celebration if you think about it. And the cool country of Vietnam. Double celebration. I don't even know where the music's coming from. But I didn't know what it was. Didn't catch that. And we probably could have walked over there at the Citadel. Oh well. Alright, there's someone interested in this park over here. What's going on here? Where are we? Are we in Russia? Vladimir Lenin? Yes, it is. You know, I think Ho Chi Minh might have met him in person, actually. The leader of the Russian Revolution, Communist Revolution, starting the USSR. Lenin. Wow, awesome. football and skate park. Don't know how long this statue's been up here, but Lenin. Oh man, the lighting's so bad, but that's all right. Got here a little late. These guys are doing some skate videos, man. These guys are playing football over there. Oh, here we go, here we go. Oh, nice 180. And he's gonna land it. Yeah. Oh, so close. And these guys are playing some football. But yes, good old Lenin, man. Very interesting. Vladimir Lenin, bald and bankrupt, man. How did you not find this when you're in Vietnam? You would have loved this. Good old Lenin. Yes, Messi. I don't even think maybe modern Vietnamese guys even know who this guy is, but pretty crazy guy. Not as crazy as Stalin, of course. Oh, they're gonna land that one of these days, this trick that they're doing. But wow, look at this. That's really nice. Ooh. Lenin. Leningrad. St. Petersburg used to be called. Leninkan. Gyumri, Armenia used to be called. In Russia, to this day, and other former Soviet countries, they got about 5,000 statues of this guy all around. They took them down in some countries like Lithuania, Estonia, Latvia, Ukraine. Some others, Albania, the Central Square used to have him up there. Bulgaria, Poland, they used to have a statue of Lenin. Vietnam still has a statue of Lenin. Yeah, world figure of a lot of consequence and yeah. Look it up, but I'm pretty sure Ho Chi Minh met Lenin, and he definitely was supported. I think he went to the Soviet Union, Moscow. Yeah, it's just so crazy to think about all this stuff. Crazy. Cold War American would be like. Wow. In Beijing, I was just looking it up this morning. They're gonna have some real interesting people at that one. Russian President Putin and North Korean President Kim Jong-un. Boom. Wonder if anyone will come to this one. That would be cool. There's a cool building. Look at that logo. Cool. Woohoo! Yeah. Famous place. And meeting with India. There's some Ho Chi Minh with Mao Zedong and Zhou Enlai from China. Whoa. There's him in Soviet Union. Wow. Crazy. Let's talk about relations with Vietnam and China. There's Ho Chi Minh, a very blurry picture of Ho Chi Minh meeting Mao Zedong in the middle right there. Zhou Enlai. Wow, that's very interesting. And here, Ho Chi Minh laying a wreath in memory of Lenin in Red Square, 1955. Wow. Vietnamese guy with Fidel Castro in 2000 in Cuba, and here's U.S. Bill Clinton 2000, marking the first visit by a U.S. president to Vietnam. That's kind of cool. I like that. Oh, meeting with Putin. Look at that, 2001. What a board this is. Excuse me. North Korean president. Oh, whoa. Oh, he came here. Yeah, he was. He loved Hennessy cognac. This guy. Around doing some loops. What if they have any jets? Crazy. Cool. These ones. Ooh, man. Comes the next one. right over my head. Perfect spot for this craziness. And then the last one did like a move, went high into the sky right there. One of them. Wow. Didn't do it this time. It's so loud. Remember Taiwan, man, they're flying these things. Whoa, they're doing crazy acrobatics. Whoa, you can't see it, but it's so crazy looking. Whoa. Woohoo! Boy, the bombers going right over our heads, the Americans. Right? This is so cool. Oh, look, there's the helicopters over there now. Being up in this high building, able to see this. They're practicing for the big event. Fly safely, man, up there. The city's down below. Lots of people. Got to organize everything, practice. They're professionals. Woohoo! Look at that. The Americans used to fly helicopters all over the place around Vietnam. Not here, but now they got their own. Oh, dragonfly. Whoa. Ah. Oh. And half of it with jets like that is a terrifying fact. Oh, 360, that was sick. Oh man, I don't know if the camera caught it. 3 roll, that was crazy. Ah man, I like this. Afterburners and that crazy noise. Also thinking about the payload that they got with the bombs and missiles and how fast they're moving and how little of a chance, like me, someone on the ground has to survive with, you know, the first. It's great. It's kind of crazy. There's amongst all kinds of crazy traffic. Here's a very nice modern building of the EVN Electric Company. But an electric company has been here a long time. It's some pretty crazy history happening here. This was, I researched it a bit, Operation Rolling Thunder, 1967. And it says this on October 26, 1967. Something happened right here. Here's like the original mural for it. But there's another one across the street that's like a little bit easier to film. There's not so much traffic and cars, but anyway, one though. So what happened here was the electric company, you know, important for keeping the war machine rolling and everything. Yeah, I can't do this here. Too many cars. They had an air defense system set up right around here somewhere. Let's talk about it over here. Same thing. Commemorating this. All right, so in 1967, America did something called Operation Rolling Thunder, bombing sites in Hanoi. So from 1965 to 67, they actually avoided bombing Hanoi directly on purpose. They, you know, sites around northern Vietnam they wouldn't hit, but they didn't go after the capital. But as the war was getting worse and, you know, trying to disable their supply routes and, you know, disrupt the city, some bombers came in, fighter jets and stuff. And I guess right here at the electric factory they had anti-aircraft guns blazing into the sky, bunch of crazy stuff going on. And that one over there said an American plane, I don't know, a bomber or fighter jet crashed into the lake around the corner a little bit. And actually it was a huge air battle. A bunch of crazy stuff was going down. See here, Vietnam was getting a lot of stuff from the Soviet Union in the Cold War. This, I guess, was a turbine for something for electricity production, CCCP, maybe built from 1960. So okay, anyways, this site, they had the anti-aircraft guns going, and there was actually a major air battle between MiG, Soviet-made fighter jets, and US fighter jets, probably the Phantom or something. I'm not an expert on the names, but yeah, see, you can see the fighter jets on the top there, and the people shooting from the roofs, just regular guns at the planes. That could do some damage, actually, if you're flying low enough. But yeah, very crazy. There's the older mural in that blue building over there with all the traffic. And a bunch of, you know, Americans went down, man, and bombs were dropped, planes went down. Later on in the video, I'm gonna go to where there's a B-52 bomber that went down. There's the modern factory. They had a air battle here, 1967. Ground-to-air battle. Crazy. Some American pilots might have crash landed, survived the crash, or parachuted down and ended up in the Hanoi Hilton prison. Nickname. We're gonna go there also in this. But I want to take you around my neighborhood a little bit. Some cool things. My gym's down there. Modern city life. All right, let's go. Communist kind of style patriotic music playing over there. Da, la, 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 la. Anyways, this thing's from Soviet Union. Don't know when it got here, but at some point Soviet Union and China were supplying North Vietnam with all their equipment. Oh, there is a bunch of military guys in there. We salute. There's another date. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This one's 95 years, 1930 to 2025. Maybe that was like the beginning of the resistance against the French or something. Oh man, this woman walking out right now definitely remembers some crazy times. For sure. Alright, it's crazy here. Oh, let's keep it walking. Oh, dog. You can see some French influence here. Big Catholic church right there. And that's definitely a French style building. So maybe this was one of the old French kind of boulevards. Look at that church. I've never seen that actually. First time. We could get more of a view of the tower there. Wow, never seen that. First time. Cool. Yeah, this is like the old French style street. So as you can see there, this is a crashed B-52 US bomber, heavy bomber, Super Fortress. And this plane, I'm pretty sure, crashed in 1967, called Operation Rolling Thunder, where they bombed Hanoi heavily into the lake. So these are some samples of the bombs dropped by US Air Force in North Vietnam from 1964 to 1972. So yeah, there was constant raids, and here's some anti-aircraft missiles on display here. A little museum, I think it's closed now about this though, but there's some radar, probably Soviet. So yeah, this is the shot down by Hanoi's people and army during the US air defense attack in the north of Vietnam. 1972, okay, I was wrong. So that was right before the little bit Vietnam War history here. So usually from a last video of mine from Da Nang Air Base, constant air raids were flown into the north of Vietnam. There was never actually any battles in the north past the DMZ line, but this was a last bombing before the Paris Peace Accords in 1972, I believe, where they wanted to do one more bombing run of Hanoi. And they shot down this B-52. I wonder what happened to the pilots. That's kind of intense. English right there. Something about instructions be searched before installing door. Anyways, the kid over there just had a Captain America shirt saying hi to me. And his grandma for sure maybe was a kid during these times. But yeah, here's your American tax dollars at work. They're taking photos with it. It's so crazy. I don't know. I feel kind of weird about this. I've never seen anything like this. Ooh, excuse me. So yeah, Boeing, the infamous and innovative, amazing company, but also big lobbyer of the military industrial complex, created the B-52 bomber super fortress, meant to never be shot down. So losing this was probably pretty shocking. I wonder how many there was probably a lot shot down in World War II also, but man, look at the tail. 1972, shot down over Hanoi. And they've got the wreckage displayed, and they got some American bombs, jet casing. The radar was going. This was before stealth technology, so they knew they were coming. And those missiles might have been what shot them down, possibly rockets, but could have been just anti-aircraft. Wow. It says you can't film here, so I'm going to do this really quick. A tour guy said all rules in Vietnam are just suggestions. Anyways, most likely radar like that picked up the incoming, there were planes from most likely Da Nang Air Base that flew up here. The B-52 bomber has a range of 12,000 to 16,000 kilometers, 20,000 before it needs refueling, so they definitely had time to fly here and back to Da Nang. And this one didn't make it back. Could be shot down by rocket, but most likely one of these anti-aircraft Soviet-made probably guns here. Maybe it says one of the guns used by the Van Dien further to plans militia to shoot down an F-4 on wow. Oh god. Oh, there's the guy again. This one crashed September 11th of F-8A Crusader. So yeah, they did one more heavy bombing raid in 1972, right before the Paris Peace Accords, where America kind of withdrew. But here's another one. So that's really crazy. This one shot down F-4. So yeah, they had a bunch of battles. You know, what do they call those? Dog fights in the sky. It's above Hanoi. Oh man, just think about how terrifying things like that are for people living in a city on the ground. It's like constant fear. And this one never made it. So a lot of times, you know, they would eject and parachute down, the pilots, and they would end up like presidential candidate hopeful, now passed away actually, John McCain. He was a pilot during the Vietnam War. They would put them into the prison, the Hanoi Hilton here, where guys, pilots, were prisoners of war for many years, man. There, 5, 10 years. 1964 they started the bombing, even before the official landing in Da Nang. I used to see these planes all the time flying over my house. There's a military base, Moffett Field, near where I grew up in California. They would fly these all the time over my house, training missions or whatever. Pretty sure, yeah. They're really huge. Very intense. So yeah, carried a max of 6 people. And there's the maximum speed, 957 kilometers an hour. The weight, wingspan, B-52 Strato Fortress. It's in French too for some of these things. Wow. Crash landing. Boom. Kind of feel weird seeing this. Especially the grandma over there with the kid with the Captain America shirt on laughing with me. And the military guy guess he's a guard here. Just said hello to me. He's smoking a cigarette. Time changed, man. 50 years ago. Well, this was a little more than 50 years. 53 years ago, this was shot down. December 1972. So it was like a last effort. I guess 73. They signed with Richard Nixon and everything, and Henry Kissinger in Paris secured the deal with the North Vietnamese, where fighting would stop and the troops would leave. And then, you know, 3 more years later, South Vietnam officially fell, Saigon, and that was the end of the war. But yeah, this was like one of the last events probably in the north at all of the war. This bombing raid in Hanoi. There were some skirmishes along the DMZ way south of here with American Marines, but for sure right there, I think. Crazy. Okay, landing gear, look at that. I never knew that's how it worked. A bunch of chains to... Oh man, humans are crazy. Vietnam really just wanted freedom. No more outside white powers controlling them. No French, no American. They wanted their own thing, and they got it. They're celebrating this year, 50 years. It wasn't about communism really at all. It's about freedom. So that's them capturing the pilot. It looks like they landed in the river, the lake, parachuted down. There's the plane getting shot down on fire. There's people shooting up at it. Rockets ready. What a mural! Wow. There's the old cultural heritage of Hanoi. Probably, you know, that get damaged always sucks in war. Pretty crazy mural here. There's a pilot getting captured, thrown into the prison. Oh man, protecting Hanoi. All right, spent enough time at this place, but definitely a big part of Hanoi history. 1964 to 72, it said. 8 years of bombing all the time. Oh. Got a plane that shot down on display here. Crazy. To the 6 guys on this plane. Are they still alive to this day? Possibly. Did they get released from the prison? That was part of the deal in 1972 to end the hostilities. Direct hostilities. Release those POWs. They weren't treated very nicely, man. Wonder what happened to those 6 people. Did they all make it? Did they survive the crash? Who knows? They got these American Jeeps here that they drive around. Also, tourists, which is kind of interesting. Lance missiles. Spot the American strategic raid over Hanoi on 8/12/1972. The carcass fell down on Tuam Field, Phu Loi Commune. Alright, so it was shot down by a missile. I don't know, maybe, whatever they say here. Oh wow, this mural's also crazy. Okay, oh, more to say. Them parachuting down and capturing the American pilots or airmen. And wow, the artwork is actually really interesting. Very patriotic. Sorry about that. This side's the best though. Crazy. Whoa, nice Jeep. This is a really vibrant street actually. A lot going on, man. Really good food around and lots of people. A lot of older people too that probably lived in this neighborhood. They got these little alleys that are kind of crazy. And a lot of older people around that were maybe a kid or a young adult like this guy during the war times. Maybe even were in the military. Possibly some of them. But look at it now, man. Comeback story. Vibrant. Alive. Vietnam. Crazy. Things of Ho Chi Minh's life. Cool history. Interesting. 1945, 1975. Oh. So, French colonial times, they built this, the Maison Centrale prison for any rebellious Vietnamese that wanted to, or committed crimes or wanted to be rebellious over French colonial rule. But Ho Loa prison, it ended up becoming an infamous place. A total of 591 American servicemen were released from captivity from this prison as part of the Operation Homecoming in early 1973. And throughout the war, even actually in the late 50s, I believe, and definitely early 60s, but 1965 and after, 1965 to 1973, at least 766 American POWs, prisoners of war, were held captive at one point or another, I believe, in this prison. Yeah, man. This prison, mostly Air Force members, servicemen, American pilots, and people that worked on the B-52 bombers or whatever, on airplanes when they were shot down around North Vietnam. They were sent in here. Just a quick view inside. I don't really want to go inside that much, but she's smiling over there. The Hanoi of the Hanoi Hilton, infamous place in history. But speaking of French, why does it say French? Well, it was built by the French. It almost looks like there's a real Hilton behind it now. Look at that. Oh Lord, prison. That's not funny. Pretty crazy. Ooh, they have a performance inside or something about it. Famously, there, especially in the early 60s or mid 60s, the prisoners in here were treated pretty badly, tortured, interrogated, and not given adequate food, or it was pretty messed up, man. Prisoners of war, always a pretty messed up situation. This one was extra bad. There's this famous video where this soldier that was in there, he did Morse code through blinks. Like he was saying, like they're torturing us through blinking his eyes when they wanted him to make like a press conference, you know, propaganda kind of thing, saying, "Oh, I was wrong for going into North Vietnam and blah blah blah," and I denounced the war and all this stuff. But yeah, very famous. And also there was some other story I heard, I believe it was here, but a guy like was humming to himself and he memorized. The guards thought he was crazy, and it was actually he was memorizing all his co-captive friends' names, and he was saying them to himself over and over and over again. And yeah, right there, man. God, the Hanoi Hilton. You didn't want to end up in the Hanoi Hilton. I didn't do a little filming actually here in Hanoi. It's a historic time and year. This is our little neighborhood. Here's a Korean shop. We're on a river island. Really cool. No, I'm sorry, a lake island. There's a bridge over there. We got a really nice, cool building. It's a cool, very cool spot. Anyways, this year is a historic year. This month and next month, the beginning of next month, for many reasons. I'll talk about it. We're gonna eat a place that I went to recently in there right now. Whoop. So yeah, spot. The kid in here speaks good English. He's not here anymore, but he learned English from Roblox. This is a crazy dish. Bun cha ram di nung. Has little skewers in there. Spring rolls and some more noodles. Fresh tasting. Woman put a lot of work in making it. On a river island here. Whoa, car. It's a popular place to take photos. They were just doing some poses over there. All right, but we got a lot of Vietnam flags set up for this special 80th anniversary times. A couple foreigners live around here, but mostly it's Vietnamese people live in nice central city Vietnam. Oh wow. It's interesting. Look at this lady out there. Cool. History, Ho Chi Minh. So it was on September 2nd. So he declared Vietnam a country. 80 years. And not under any colonial rule. Like the French, not under any American influence, not under the old Nguyen dynasty, nothing like that. New communist people's republic kind of thing. Country. But the French weren't exactly into that. There was something else here I wanted to talk about. I'll find it. Hold on. But yeah. More on this later. But just our neighborhood, man. This is the way I walk. There are people eating snails right there. Got a little bit of mix of new and old construction. Colonial a little bit, some of them probably. Yeah, walk over this way to the gym. There's a big electric company. Here's a Japanese shop. Convenience store. Which is interesting. But yes, there were some French here in 1945 or the 1940s when there was Japanese occupation. They were working for the Vichy, I think that's what it was called, government. It was the Nazi-installed French government. There's something else about August 19th. I'll find it. That was an important date also. So is this house right here. There's always people taking photos in front of it. There's like a real setup for the Ho Chi Minh and history right there. People have their Vietnamese. I think something important happened up in that old part up there, not the coffee shop that's there now, but we're gonna go there. Maybe Ho Chi Minh himself was there doing something, I don't know. Possibly. It's right in front of me, there we go. All right, walked right by it. August 19th, 1945, why is that there? All right, so after the bombing of Nagasaki in August 9th, Japan was working on its way to surrendering, and Japanese were leaving all occupied areas and everything. And Ho Chi Minh decided, you know, he had been fighting the Japanese in skirmishes, and his Viet Minh soldiers, I think they were called. Ooh, it's loud around here. Hello. The August Revolution. After the bombing of Nagasaki, Ho Chi Minh decided it was the time to do this in Hanoi, to get his communist friends and everybody together to take over the city officially. And the 19th of August, that they did. They won. They silenced all competitors in the capital here. And in the next few weeks, it would lead to the official starting of the country. 80 years ago, exactly. Yeah, all right. There's the snail people again. All right, let's look at something else I noticed around here. Drunk guy just talked to me. I got my special shirt on today. 1, 2, 3 drink, it means, with the Vietnam flag. I should have filmed the guy, man. He was really cool. He wanted to shake my hand, and he's black teeth. talked about Michigan, said a bunch of stuff in Vietnamese. I don't know what he was talking about, but gotta remember to hit record on things like that. Anyways, rocking my national shirt today. Woo! Let's go do some more stuff. Hanoi. All set up, the seats for the people to see all the events. Probably VIPs are gonna be sitting up there. Wonder if any other countries' presidents are coming or anything like that. Anywhere near this. This was on TV. Happy anniversary, Vietnam, and look at it, the end of World War II.
Những chiến sĩ đầu trần chân đất xuất quỷ nhập thần luồn sâu đánh hiểm làm cho quân.
Nice marching.
Chào mừng với chiến sĩ công binh đang tiến vào lễ đài. Trong chiến tranh, lực lượng công binh ngày đêm sẽ núi sát đồi, bắt cầu, ghép phà, lập nhiều chiến công xuất sắc, được Bác Hồ tặng cờ mở đường thắng lợi và đã trở thành truyền thống gần 80 năm qua. Ngày nay, binh chủng
Out of the people in the VIP section probably get the seats. Ooh, we got something interesting hanging up. Lots of marching, choreographed. There's Ho Chi Minh building, nice shot. Mausoleum. Neighbor Laos is in the house. No, it was the same colors. I think that was all Russian, but with like different meaning. Laos showed up. Lao, they're old friends. These people, they just stopped showing it. Some important guys watching. Got Russia. Come on, show the other country. There we go, Russia. Oh, I can't tell. Central Asia. Oh man, I don't know those three other flags. Maybe it's all different Russian meanings of things. I'm not sure. Oh. In the Vietnam War, there were some tough soldiers, those tribal people up in the mountains. They got their traditional outfits on. That's kind of cool. They all get an AK-47. Different ethnicities, maybe. Who's that white guy visiting? Dun, 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 dun. These girls have like the old Viet Cong outfits on. I'm not sure exactly, but. All right, some are out in sea. They're showing off some are showing off the Navy procession. Gulf of Tonkin, probably. Yeah, the submarine. A little bit, yeah, clear skies out there.
Góp phần quan trọng vào đại thắng mùa xuân năm 1975, thu non sông về một mối và hoàn thành xuất sắc nhiệm vụ quốc tế cao cả. Kính thưa quý vị, đây cũng là lần đầu tiên lực lượng hải quân diễu binh trên biển quốc gia.
That was kind of cool.
Anh hùng và các khối xe đặc chủng của
Oh, there's the tanks.
đang tiến vào lễ đài là khối xe tăng T-54B và T-55.
I like the tanks. No way we would have gotten close to this, so.
It's going down the main street.
That's going in that area where the mausoleum is. Cool to see on TV. So September 2nd, Vietnam, 1945. Ho Chi Minh made the announcement. All right, Ho Chi Minh made the announcement. We are declaring independence of Vietnam as a nation, socialist nation. There's the picture right there. Woo! But very interesting, man. This guy over there in his wheelchair. If we could get a view of him real quick. He's got his military outfit on. He definitely was in the war. That guy over there, crazy. But yeah, so obviously happy for Vietnam. A double meaning of this day. For me too, personally. This was the end of World War II. At some point around September 2nd, September 3rd, the final Japanese general in the Philippines finally surrendered after the emperor fully surrendered. So tomorrow in China, they're having a military parade also for the 80-year anniversary of the end of the Japanese war of aggression. So it's all around the same time. So it's like a worldwide celebration as well for Vietnam. This is the official end of World War II today and tomorrow after the August 9th bombings of Nagasaki. So it's like a celebration for Vietnam, obviously, 80 years. Also worldwide celebration, end of the worst war in all of human history, World War II, pretty much officially. This building, 1923, was pretty crazy. That was before all that craziness started, after World War I. A perfect view, actually. The fog cleared up and the jets. I'm with all these locals. Xin chào. They're all excited. People waving at the jets, man. They're going like right over this little canal right here. It's like a perfect spot. Oh, cool. Get their time waving.
With the traditional outfits.
There's a couple students there. There used to be more. Pretty interesting time.
You have to be somebody. Right, all the teams pick up the coffee.
I know. Still very cool. So many nice outfits. Yeah. A lot of cultural elements. Stilt dancing or something they're doing. No. Oh man, they're doing acrobatics on top of the. They got the dragon show going. It's impressive. There we go. There's the dragons. Nice. Dragon dancing. Really crazy. In just under like 3 minutes, I saw a UC Davis, University of California, San Diego shirt. The lady's, I think, daughter went there. Then I saw a San Francisco State shirt. And then I saw a Stanford shirt. 3 California universities in a row. I'm telling you. International students from Vietnam. They love going and studying in the U.S. And then plus the Vietnamese communities in those places, especially California, probably helpful to them. Whoa! That's interesting to see. Speakers mobile. The parade really was the morning thing, man. Dang it. Everyone's going off. It's still on TV, but I had like 4 hours of sleep only, but I guess I needed less. Yeah, you need to camp out all night and be in the square. I think everyone's clearing out. That was like it. Oh well. A bus with soldiers in it. Look out. There was another lady. She said, "How are you feel?" Giving us hearts. And she said her son studies in Minnesota. Look at that. Hello. So cool. This. I kind of missed the parade though. Jets are flying over. Cars coming. Let's see a place where we can see the jets, maybe. Yeah. Planes are going over. Can't see them from the ground. We missed the parade down the street. The morning thing. You gotta get it in before it gets too hot, I guess. and probably should have stayed up all night. I really wanted to do it. Thought it was gonna be like an all-day thing. They're having fireworks later, probably some more stuff. People think we're pretty interesting. Lots of people are looking at us talking. That's kind of funny, but dang it! I'm kind of bummed out. It probably would have been so crowded right here. It would have been a horrible feeling.
The owner said she came down here at 3 and
So.
couldn't find a slot.
So
That's why you camped for 2 days, or you watched the rehearsals.
we saw some on TV.
We saw rehearsals.
We saw the rehearsals. We're here. Oh, I just missed it. That was a truck with the goose steppers in it. And they definitely have some older people here that are 60, 70 years old, 80 maybe even. Yeah. 70 and up. It would have to be probably maybe a little bit younger. Anyways, to see some actual action from either 1979, hello buddy, Xin Chao, from 1979 or 1975 over 4, 65, 79 versus China, that war, small war on the border. Cambodia involved, Khmer Rouge and everything. Crazy situation. Horrible, actually. And then, yeah, that guy for sure right there, just past me. But yeah, then 1975, 65, it would have to be, hello! It would have to be, I'm bad at math. Older people, older gentlemen. They got all these badges that shows like they're an artillery union and different things. Ah, there's the Citadel. That's kind of cool. Just gentlemen, older women also. Looks like this thing got damaged. Gate. I see some older women. Yeah, they had for sure women soldiers. And they have these bandanas. It's really interesting. Wish I could talk to one of them. Get them on camera like one of the people. Maybe, you never know, maybe I could at some point today. Ah, I missed it though. These older guys, there's none walking past me now, they just sat down. For sure, man, it's like, they all know probably several people that died. And, hello! As him smiling, saying hello, but just the whole memories. You know, they fought and died for their country. That's what the red means on the flag. Actually, it's not communist red, double meaning for that, but the main reason is the blood for those who fought for the freedom, fought for the country. Yeah, those guys sitting down over there, for sure. Hey, they know. And, you know, they battled hard for their country, man. Defeat the South and Americans, French, Japanese, hello! Oh, hey! All right! He was filming me, I got him. I tried to get some of the older guys, man. Nah. You see the military outfits? Yeah, that guy for sure right there. Is inspired by the Soviet Union, same uniform style, actually. And, but those uniforms were meant to be in the Russian cold, man, not the heat of Vietnam. But those guys must be hot wearing those. I love Vietnam. It's sure. Use the day to see some more things around Hanoi and see the people celebrating. Pagoda over there. I've been wanting to go to one of those. There's a temple over there I've been wanting to see. Let's do it. Da, na, na, na. Mod High, bye. So, you and your hat. Your hat. You look so cool in a trucker hat. It's the Hanoi Da Trail. Hello. All right, I'm just filming. Mexico ambassador. Look like the driver only, but guys with their military uniforms on, they give me a look kind of like they remember, man. I look similar to someone they had to look on the other side with. But then it's so contrasting. The youth, the kids, they're so smiley. They want to say hello so bad. And I guess that's what they fought for, now the future. But yeah, some of the old men So I got a few smiles from some people in uniform, like kind of a little smirk, like, oh cool, you're wearing the flag. But at the same time, still it's kind of weird. And yeah, here's a temple I wanted to go to. Hello, yeah! All right, let's go check this out. Hindsight, should have probably went to one of the rehearsals that were going on all around us. We were like in the area of one of the rehearsals like 3 times to get some actual parade live footage. Sorry I didn't get that for you guys, just some TV footage, but yo, Mount High by yo. Cheers, shirt I got. This is West Lake here. People are cleaning up from the morning, 6:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. extravaganza, and now it's like over. There might be some fireworks later, but in hindsight, should have did that. Kind of missed out. Would have been crazy crowded any moment we tried to go to wherever everything was happening. But it kind of would have been worth it. Probably should have went to one of the night rehearsals or one of the afternoon rehearsals. Oh well. Still cool experience. That date up there, 1945, it's worldwide celebration. The end of World War II, the worst war ever in human history. Coincides with this time right now, 80 years ago. 80 years of relative peace. Not always perfect, obviously. There's been some skirmishes, but all out global war, it's been 80 years since that occurred. Up to 85 million deaths worldwide during World War II, maybe even more. 100 million people, man. 80 years. That's a reason to celebrate. For sure. Ho Chi Minh again. This mausoleum's back there. That was the centerpiece of the parade. And here's a cool golden thing for him, I guess. His mausoleum's way in the back there. Oh, they're taking pictures. Ho Chi Minh. Pretty determined, interesting guy. Hero of Vietnam, Uncle Ho. Yes, maybe they did need it. I don't like filming embassies. I learned my lesson in Albania. Whoa, okay, whoa. All right, back there's a Chinese embassy. It's a huge, sprawling complex. Ironically, Lenin's statue is right across the street. And yeah, it was really intricately designed on the top, and they had the Xi Jinping shaking the hand of the guy, the prime minister here, and the Longmin grottos and some historic things. And I wonder how long that building's been there. Probably a long time. Zhongguo, yeah. Tomorrow, good luck on your parade. The 80th anniversary of the World Anti-Fascist fight against anti-fascism and the Second Sino-Japanese War in World War II, September 3rd. September 2nd, parade here. September 3rd, Beijing. Even more intense, that way back there. I didn't want to film that close to that one. That's the North Korean embassy. Whoa. Ah, and the KFC right across the street. I don't think I've ever seen a North Korean embassy. That was the first. Whoa. Alright. Bye bye. Yo, we got this shirt. Anyways, back here, there's a huge group. You can't see them that well. I didn't want to film them exactly, but they're having beer and crab. A whole crab, like a group of 50 people sitting on the floor. Kids, family, everyone all together. That was really cool. They said the Mount High by yo. And this lady really wanted me to fix the flag that I had on. 1945 celebration, end of World War II also. Look at it like that. foreigner with the hammer and the sickle. No, 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 no. Oh, the music just stopped. Oh, come on. It's not over. They got some action going on over here. Like that logo up there, the big sign. They're gonna have something tonight. People are waiting for it. All right. It's not over. Hints of the USSR right here, baby. This is Communist Street. Look at that flag. Hammer and the sickle. As capitalism thrives all around this area of tourists, and that's crazy. That's huge. Oh, okay, that woman just had a American flag t-shirt. She's born in Vietnam but lives in Houston, Texas. Another big, large Vietnamese community in USA. I seen a kid with a U.S. Army hat on. I seen another guy with an American flag on his hat. It's weird to wear on this day. But if you think about it, if it wasn't for the American hardcore fighting against the Japanese and the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan could have totally overrun for even longer in their empire, which included Vietnam. So Vietnam took advantage and needed Americans' help to exist. Then they ended up fighting later. Kind of like Afghanistan, fighting off the Soviets. And then they ended up fighting America too later. It's a kind of different situation, but they benefited from that, man, 1945. It's not just independence celebration. It coincides with the end of World War II. 1945, 80 years. That's more of what this is. People don't realize that. It's a cool building. I'm falling for the cult of personality, man. They got this guy, Ho Chi Minh, all over the place, but that one's extra cool. It's an older picture there. It's a little bit older. That's probably in the 60s, maybe even. Right in front of the classic lake. Uncle Ho, there he is. R.I.P. Right next to, ooh, careful, this cool thing. That's a classic Hanoi thing there. Go down the lake. As old as I thought. Turtle Tower, built in 1886. That's like right before the French times, I think. What was that? Classic lake, Turtle Lake. He tied toe, 974 to 1028. He believed it's the one who established Hanoi as the capital, Dang Long. Look at that cool guy. Look at that outfit. Yeah, independent Hanoi capital city. Ta-da, look at this picture, man. This was like today. Where'd they get that picture? Da-da, da-da-da-da-da. Square. Hey, McDonald's right in this main area. Ooh, World War II is over. Vietnam starts. I'm back at this gate. Unexpectedly, it's an active road. But hey. All right, it's been a good time, man. Hanoi, got a lot of energy, a lot going on. Everybody's happy that it's Vietnam Day. Got this food spot over there, looks amazing. They got things going on over here, things going on over there, motorbikes running around. Ah! It's all good. Happy end of World War II, 80th year. Vietnam independence, and they're doing some fireworks off, man. It's World War II ending. This building's blocking that show, but there's another show over there, a little bit on the corner. It's all right. It's all good. In the hood.
I let you know Vietnam is second right export of coffee in the world. It's after Brazil. High quality. And you can see this is the Red River. The Red River. The river it have a lot of alluvial soil. Very important for us, for farming, for growing. And this one comes from China to Vietnam. And going passing through the seas of my country. Okay. They go South China Sea, but we go seas of Vietnam without dispute from China.
Red River, main section now compared to what it was. The origin of the Vietnam people is the Red River, right? Around
in the north, we have a Red River.
Around this river is like 4,000 years ago when the culture began around this river. Yeah.
Agriculture, very important. You're right.
Oh, that's how he said. The river comes from China. He said the river comes from China. Hello. All right, get a good view of the Red River in a car here. Added into that other day. It's a big river, man. I'll take a mission to swim across.
Michelin star. Yes. 2025. Just right in Hanoi, Da Nang, and Ho Chi Minh City. Whole country.
Red River.
We traveled in that.
River Delta. Economics. Shipping port. Out to the Pacific Ocean. South China Sea. Worldwide. Look at that side of the water park. Alright, we're doing a cooking class today. We're going to the local market on the other side of the river. Ooh, cool. Alright, let's go in. A lot of tourists come to this one. Last Vietnam experience, going to the market, doing a cooking class with our friend. Woo. Eels. We got live chickens and geese over there. We got some pork way in the distance over there. We got some DOG. We got some seafood. We got some rubs. Wow. Fish over there. We got pork legs and bones. Woo! La. Teat boar. I know boar. Because bun bo hui. Yes, it's an intense market. Cool. Yeah, I don't know what they do with the dog heads. But they got the dog meat in here. Live chickens and poultry. Teat boar. Oh, it says it. Teat boar. Pork, I already forgot. Teat. I can never remember that one. Hello, buddy. All right. Okay. Show that I can get close to that, but.
We have here.
Show. Photos, no photos. Ah! No. Look at that. right, look at that. We got some ducks. These are where they get the pigeons from. I tried that before. That's pretty crazy, actually. All cramped in there. Can't. If you like meat, that's where it comes from, man. Can't do nothing about that. Meat, seafood, all comes from live things. And it's fresh when it's alive. I love of Vietnam. They give you these on the side all the time. There's where they come from. You can stuff them in your mouth with all kinds of things. Greeneries, woo, beautiful. Come on, ooh, nice one. Oh, I know that one. Yes, I put it on the soup. Me. It's kind of cool. We're going into an area. Woo! Making tofu. Wow, xin chào, hello. Yes, doing it the traditional way. Wow. How on earth?
They make the tofu. Make the tofu.
Oh, okay.
But if you want to make that, you need to
Amazing.
wake up one. Yeah.
1 o'clock in the morning if you want to make it.
Tofu traditions. This has two things I like: geography and coins from around the world. There's an American one. Made China, Switzerland, old Vietnamese. There's a euro. Saw Taiwan on there somewhere. There's Thailand, England, old Vietnamese coin. Not Singapore. Wow. There's the Nguyen Dynasty coins from the capital was in Hue. I like how he put the Spratly Islands. Or I forget what both of them are called, but those islands that are in the South China Sea that are a little contested. He put the exact number of well, he put China coins there too, which wow, what's that one? 8 MD or something. Yeah, I can't see the top that well, but what a collection all over the world.
Yeah.
Awesome. Look at that picture behind me, making doing a fun cooking class. Hello.
Hello.
Xin chào.
Xin chào.
What are you cutting over there?
Hey, come on.
All right, I'm on carrots duty. Look at this picture behind me.
Oh,
Do the same thing.
too fat. Yeah, the same.
Same. Okay.
Too big. Chunga. Yes, I go to the store. I don't say egg. I say chunga.
Yeah.
They're ugly.
This is her favorite Vietnamese food, and
Yeah. Right. Oh,
They can't roll those things.
you be like the master chef.
nice one. What we're doing more spring rolls. We love cooking these. This is her favorite food of Vietnam. Pork only, all meat. Always with the pork.
Okay,
Make. Oh. Cheers! Yeah! Thank you, come on. This is like the best one of these I've ever tried in my life. Dip a little bit in the, what's it called again? Oh my goodness. Vietnamese word?
phở cuốn.
Phở cuốn.
Watch your hand. It's right by that glass.
Phở cuốn summer roll.
Yeah, I think.
Not fried. Like a spring roll. No, different.
Different with spring roll.
Okay. So this is. Oh.
My father make that.
Okay. Her father makes this from the grandfather's recipes from decades ago. Different varieties of local amazing rule. That's how you say alcohol.
Rượu nếp.
Nêm. Alright, let's try it.
Where's the can? I didn't think
It feels medicinal, going down, good for the body, the blood flow maybe. Or
I think
something
you
like
feel
that.
better.
Raisins, I think that one tastes like.
Maybe enough afternoon and you
That I actually haven't seen yet. So this is 50 years. Earlier this year, a couple months ago on April 30th, they celebrate the fall of Saigon and the reunification of Vietnam and the end of the years of war between South and North Vietnam with France and America involvement and Soviet and Chinese on the north side. And that's a pretty cool image right there. 50 years, baby. 50 Nam. 6 weeks, 2 months till the NBA season, but I'm a huge NBA fan. There's my team, the Warriors, Lakers, Clippers, of course. Seattle Sonics are on there, defunct team. Trailblazers, Phoenix Suns, Utah Jazz, Denver Nuggets, Minnesota Timberwolves. They've been good lately. OKC won the championship last year. Dallas Mavericks, San Antonio Spurs, New Orleans Pelicans, Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan fame, Toronto Raptors up there in Canada, Milwaukee Bucks, Detroit Pistons, Indiana Pacers were good last year. Runner-up team. Memphis Grizzlies, Atlanta Hawks. Well, that's a weird logo. We got, oh, don't forget Florida. Miami Heat, Orlando Magic. The Charlotte Bobcats are now the Hornets, but they are garbage, man. Cleveland Cavaliers, famous for LeBron. Wizards are garbage from Washington. 76ers are okay. Brooklyn Nets are on there. New York Knicks, Boston Celtics, and I think that's all of them. That's pretty nice. Love a good world map, man. Yen Hanoi. My zone over there. Pretty accurate. Nice. Not bad. Some little errors, but it's the old 1898 built post office. Something like that. 1890, 1888. French place. Woo! An extra special one. Okanadisi, thank you so much. All right. Key. Double check. Okay, this guy's my good friend.
Well, man.
Yes, our man. Yes.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. See you. Hopefully in the future, someday when we come back, move again.
Okay.
Take care. Okay. Take care of the neighborhood. Trukbak. It's your neighborhood, man. Near your neighborhood. All right. All right. Great, man. I think I gave the keys. Oh shit. That's it. City number 78, on to 79 worldwide, 7 years. Peace out. Final Hanoi Airport, 3 months in Vietnam. It was very nice. The changing of the visa requirements for our lifestyle, perfect. Getting to try to practice a little Chinese with mainland and Taiwan people in the airport right now. This is the most expensive bowl of pho I've ever got, probably in my life. But it's good. Nice. Chinese people, they're always chatting with each other. I can understand a lot of what they're saying, so I'm gonna start talking too every time. Okay. Vodka Hanoi since 1898. I like the stronger one. They had that over there, but it's a nice one. That's a lot of history too, and it's not too strong. 30%, 29.5%. We got people from China, Dubai, Emirates. Airplane right there. We got a China Southern right there going to Xiamen. Ooh, Qatar Airways too. Qatari. We got American business, Indian and Chinese ethnic, but living in America, business guys. Stop the camera. We got a bunch of people from China, Vietnamese, Aussies, all kinds of interesting people. I always like an airport. Cheers, Hanoi and Vietnam. Alright, I'm just messing around in the airport like usual. We got Xiamen Air, Qatar Airways, Philippine Airlines, Shenzhen Airlines, Thai, Emirates, China Airlines, Korean, Japan. I miss it. Just messing around in the airport, moving around. I love the airport, man. Everywhere is a little different. Right now, I'm really thinking heavily on the Nepal airport, man. Kathmandu. fuck, man, they were going through some bad stuff in that country. Had some good times in that airport and very attentive and nice. Yeah. 为什么？